I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Even after everything I said today, would things really turn out like that? Just like he had said, the chance of me failing was enormous. The painkillers I'd taken for my sprained wrist had dulled my senses enough that the throbbing pain seemed to be amplified tenfold. I was in absolutely no condition to be doing this. But I had a reason for doing this. If I didn't put on a tough disposition, I would risk losing to my own weakness. If I were all on my own, I would definitely lose. In my imagination, I could imagine myself giving up, wallowing in my despair, lying on my bed, crying.
情けないななんて軽く流せるのも一人じゃないって分かってるからよね。
I felt no hint of discouragement. It was precisely because I knew I wasn't alone that I couldn't just turn on my heels and flee like a coward from a challenge I had incited myself. No matter what happened, no matter how horrendously I played, I would play to the very end.
よし。
Opening my eyes, I stepped onto the stage. I took a bow to the audience, then took up my playing stance. There were so many people watching me. Where could Ray be anyway? I couldn't see him. What a pity. Silently staring upon my violin, I stood still for one brief moment to quell any feelings of restlessness that still remained. I can do this. I know I can do this. I know for sure I can do this. I repeated it over and over to myself in my mind to convince myself of it. The moment I began to play, I felt as though a vicious electric current was shooting through my wrist. When I wasn't doing anything difficult, I could manage, but I couldn't play without moving my wrist in complex motions. No. I'm alright. It's just my imagination. This feeling is just my imagination. Don't focus on the pain, focus on the music. Envision the piece in my head, concentrate on the notes, and expand my vision to encompass the whole flow of the piece, not just each individual note. Transmit my emotions, my thoughts. If I could just concentrate, I could ignore the pain. I had to ignore it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
全然集中できてないし。
My facial expression showed no signs of the panic brewing within me. The painkillers were doing anything but. The dull sensation in my hand amplified to the point of intense discomfort.
なんてやりづらい。
To try and cover for my wrist, I started using my elbow and shoulder to play the strokes. My arm was gradually weighing heavier, so I put more force into it. I also steered my resolve through my entire body, trying as hard as I could not to drop the bow. All of a sudden, the pain and dull sensation disappeared. No, I can't feel my arm at all. I can't even tell if I'm putting any force into it at all. If that's how it is, it's enough for me. If I can't feel anything, I'll stop weighing myself down with intrusive thoughts like this. Just keep expanding on the version of the music. I chased only after my desire,
痛い
neither my romance nor my gratitude.
痛い
Nothing, save for my love of the violin. That was all that remained.
痛い
I want to put all my effort into it.
痛い
I want everyone to know.
痛い
I want to play. I want to play so badly. I can't even bear it.
痛い
I'm gonna express that with everything I've got.
痛い
I'll play to the very end with every bit of willpower I can conjure up within me.
痛い
So,
最後まで持って
though my arm was numb, I could vividly feel every drop of the sweat rolling down my back. Was I pushing myself to the breaking point? I could feel my arm, my hand, and my entire body going numb. And then, as if it had suddenly remembered too, the pain in my wrist relapsed. It was like the roles had been reversed, and the bow was playing strokes with my arm. The rhythm of the music melded together in time with electric shocks of pain surging through me. I couldn't bend my wrist, my bow couldn't hit the lower registers. My breathing was panicky and I couldn't calm down. I'm fine. I'm alright. I will not give in to this. I wasn't moving. Still holding the bow, my arm lifelessly fell to one side. A groan escaped from my throat. Why? Why? I said I wouldn't give up. I said I'd play to the very end. That I'd demonstrate the final result of all this practice. To Rei, to Michiru, to everyone. That I'd let all of them see my performance. So please, let my arm move. Let me keep playing, damn it. I can't give in. Not now. Then, of a sudden, the music resumed. I was playing. Happiness welled up inside me, but something didn't seem right. My arm wasn't actually moving. Or rather, I wasn't the one playing. Things were not as I thought they were. The one playing was a more profound, more brilliant soul. A soul whose honesty I could almost be envious of. Despite being in the middle of a performance, a tiny bit of my voice escaped from my throat impulsively. My jaw hung open, and I hadn't the ability to think of closing it.
お目覚めですか、美咲さん。みちる。お邪魔しております。美咲さんはどうやら怪我の具合がよろしくないようですね。このままお一人で演奏されるのもお辛いのではありませんか？そうだけど。
My eyes were wide as saucers, and I couldn't understand what was happening. Naturally, I could hear murmuring from the audience as well. But even in the moment, Michiru acted indifferent, as if no one else was present here but us.
そこでなのですが、私と伴奏などいかがでしょうか。以前に提案された時は叶いませんでしたし、ちょうどいい舞台だと思いませんか？伴奏ってちょうどいいとかそんなの。ご安心を。これは兄様からのご提案ですから、詳しくは。
Ladies and gentlemen, I must apologize for this unavoidable interruption in the program. Is that Rei's voice? Glancing in the direction of the master of ceremonies, who was supposed to be the one with the mic, I saw staff members rushing about like they were looking for something. The mic was gone? Michiru's sudden appearance was surprising enough, but this sudden announcement was the real cherry on top. With regards to why the performance has stopped and the current situation, I shall explain further. It concerns the current performer, Misaki Ando. While this may sound like some sort of cheesy manga, at this moment she is afflicted with a terrific injury. Said injury was the result of her protecting my younger sister and the person standing beside Miss Ando presently, Michiru Sawatari, from an accident. Michiru gave a slight nod at that. Not just owing to this bizarre announcement, but also the mentioning of the Sawatari name and Michiru's sudden appearance on stage, the murmuring from the audience grew louder. Oh shit, here comes the cavalry! The mic picked up and amplified his stupid ramblings. And so he started talking faster than before. Both of these young women have practiced with utmost passion for this contest. While they have naturally both been competing in that sense, they have also been competing against each other to mutually hone their own skills. It is my opinion that, considering the enthusiasm and aspirations of these talented young musicians, there is no ill intent behind this interruption. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, would you not wish to allow these two to have their time in the limelight? It matters not if they are disqualified or given a failing score as a result of this. It is merely my wish to allow you to hear them perform together. Come what may, I hope for your Hey! There was the sound of a struggle, and then the mic was cut off. For a few interminable seconds, silence filled the air. The confusion and restlessness in the venue swelled further. I was starting to feel some concern, but it was not a positive sort of concern. In the midst of it all, Michiru stepped forward.
ただいまご紹介に預かりました。沢渡みちるです。
As she spoke, the commotion from the audience settled once more.
この度はお騒がせして申し訳ありません。おおよその事情は兄様からの説明通りなので、私から言いたいことは一つだけです。ああ、いえ、二つありました。まず、今の状況のことを美咲さんは何も知りません。私と兄様が勝手に乱入しただけなのです。私はこの先のコンクールに出場できなくなっても構いません。今美咲さんと演奏ができればそれでいいです。文句がありましたら沢渡に言えと兄様から伝言をいただいております。みちる、あなた。
At my shocked exclamation, Michiru gave a smile so slight that one could hardly have noticed it.
そして大事なことですが、皆さん、私と美咲さんの演奏を聞きたいですか？
Having said her piece, Michiru waited in silence for the audience's response. Michiru and Rei were going out of their way to help me. My initial feelings of happiness and confusion were still whirling around inside me, but how could they have the gall to drag the Savatari name into this?
美咲さん、兄様を信じてください。きっと何とかしてくれます。先輩が、それと皆さんがですね。
Michiru spoke as if to reassure me. Her voice was gentle, almost overflowing with tenderness. All the nervousness and restlessness still residing in my heart was quelled in an instant. And then I felt a faint, yet new, sort of fluttering sensation beginning to replace that stillness.
今の声、みーちゃんだ。
Miu's voice and the sound of applause.
二人とも頑張れ。
Makoto too.
二人に弾かせてあげてください。
おい、どうせだから弾かせてやれよ。
Words of encouragement from my other seniors piled up, one after the other. The applause swelled too, and eventually engulfed the entire venue. Every bit of the bewildered atmosphere was whisked away.
とまあ、観客さえ美談で抱き込んでしまえば、勢いでどうにかなるものなのですよ。先輩もみちるも、とんでもないわね。アジテートの才能があるわよ。アジテートなどと言われても、私はあまり頭が良くないので魚の味が思い浮かんでしまいますが、ま、これくらい大したことはありませんよ。どうやら観客に知り合いも大勢いたようですし。だからこんなことするのもどうかと思うわ。言い出したのは兄様です。愛されていますね。
Ah, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. You sure know how to get my heart racing, Buster. But never mind. Yeah. No one's gonna stop me now. As long as I'm able to play the violin, nothing else matters.
それじゃあみちる、お願いできる？ええ、お任せを。
As if those words were our cue, the two of us took up our playing stances. And the auditorium immediately plunged into silence once more. This atmosphere of thick, intense silence, the kind you feel right before the music starts, really is amazing. These emotions I felt, which overflowed from deep within the core of my being. Through this performance, I would express them for all to hear.
ありがとう、みんな。
Wait, what? The credits? Already? Well, that was unexpectedly short. At least it felt kinda short to me. I mean, we haven't even seen one sex scene yet. And this is definitely not the Steam version. Maybe there's one after the credits. We'll see.
時が過ぎ笑い合えるまた思い出へと変わる日々を重ねたくさんの過去より今また紡いでく希望に輝く光へ二人で歩いていくから
After the contest had concluded that day, Misaki was all smiles and tears. Michiru and I were all smiles as well as we left the auditorium. Happily ever after, indeed. Was not how the story ended. Borrowing the mic without permission like that resulted in me being restrained by the staff members, so I wasn't able to see Misaki smile after the performance. I was then dragged off to the green room where the contest organizer tore me a new asshole. I practically had to kowtow an apology. All the same, given Michiru and Misaki's circumstances and how the audience handled the whole affair, I probably managed to win them over in the end. Though, I guess bringing up the family names of Savatari and Ando had a bit of an effect on that. It was both the best and the absolute, most utterly deplorable of trump cards to pull. Abusing the family name for my own means. It was exactly the kind of thing some spoiled rich motherfucker would do. And yet, that was the decision I made. If failure truly was inexorable, there was no point in dwelling on it. The real solution was to be found in my future. And whatever will be, will be. Of course, it didn't just end there. Both the Savatari and Ando families ended up getting involved as well. Misaki's parents had been in the audience, and being brought to meet them sent my stress skyrocketing. While they were grateful, I practically had a heart attack at their sudden request for a meeting with my own parents. Furthermore, when I requested they direct their complaints to Savatari, my dad just about had a coronary. Back home, my family went and tore me 2 new assholes, enough so that I felt the contest organizer had gone easy on me. Incidentally, Michiru was present there as well, but she just sat idly by without any worries. Her influence was too damn high. And then...
まさかあの出来事が新聞に載るなんて思わなかったわ。
Well, at least it was just in the local section.
ネットニュースとミニブログでまでさらされたのよ。
Misaki squirmed about beside herself with humiliation. I may have been underhanded in my tactics, but our families had been even worse. Before the whole charade could turn into a scandal, they went and leaked the whole story to the mainstream media as if it were some kind of glitch. And wouldn't you know it, we'd made our debut in a major national paper, just like some cheesy manga. Well, you know how those clickbait sites are. Just give them 3 days and they'll move on from it.
学校じゃもっと長くネタにされるでしょうけどね。
The two of us kids were quite a handful to our respective families. They used their business dealings to preserve the dignity of the family name while chastising us in the process. And most importantly, they accepted our relationship and brought both families closer together in every sense. Adults really are masters of manipulation, such is their power. Still, we have all the time in the world for now.
そうね。
Besides, I'd say we both put in a lot of effort for just a few kids.
子供か。
Yeah, I mean, it'd be best if we have others to fall back on for help if we need it. You never know when we might have to repay them. She giggled unexpectedly. What?
え？だっておかしいんだもん。
She laughed even harder.
先輩ってほんと未来のことばっかり見てるのね。
Ah. What serendipitous irony that was. Even I had to laugh at it. I guess I'll have to be more careful next time. Indeed, I had to be more careful with this watch as well. I'd initially thought of it as just a quick fix gadget that I used just for laughs, but now I couldn't think of it just in that light anymore. I needed to use it better for the happiness of others. But above all, I needed to use it for Misaki's own happiness.
急に考え込んじゃってどうしたの先輩。
Oh, just that failure can be a good thing sometimes. There's a lot to be learned from it.
得るものか。形に残るものはなかったけど、見えないものはたくさんあったわね。
Yeah, like how people accepted our relationship.
まだ付き合ってもいないのにね。
Oops, you're right. Not yet.
そう。まだよ。
Her gaze wandered every which way, and her cheeks still glowed with shades of crimson. Everything had started back when I first confessed, and when I'd ended up having to wait until the contest had ended for a clear answer. Therefore, this moment was the final and the most extravagant curtain call.
そのね、先輩。
Let me guess, you won your battle with Michiru. Even though I knew Misaki didn't know how Michiru had told me the full details, I told her anyway, because what the hell?
なんで知ってるの？
Think about it. Hell, it's so obvious. Michiru is not the type to hide something like that from me.
みちる！
She stamped her foot, howling into the sky. Man, that takes me back.
そんなことより勝ちって、あれは二人とも失格になったんだから勝ちも負けもないでしょ？
Well, let the contest rules say that's how it is. But if I'd been the judge, you'd be a clear winner in my eyes.
へりくつすぎて納得できないんだけど。
That's alright. Your performance really was moving to me.
ものすごい身内びいきね、それ。
Michiru is my own relative, so I think I can get away with that.
チェ、私から言いたくてずっと頑張ってたのに。
Stop sulking, and besides, you didn't put all that effort in just for my sake, right?
そうだけど。
Honestly, that just made me fall for you even harder. I love you even more now than the day I first confessed to you. Now then, even if I knew about the promise Misaki had made to Michiru, it was time to fulfill my original goal now. I love you, Misaki. Please go out with me. My phrasing had slightly changed from last time. Your performance was the one I listened to most closely of all. So, will you let me stand beside you as your lover? A smile bubbled to her face as she wordlessly accepted my feelings. She gave a slight nod. Or she appeared as though she would. But no concrete words came from her lips. She simply continued to gaze at me, as if this were that brief, tense moment of silence before the music truly began.
先輩
Her eyes were moist, her complexion twinged with scarlet down to the base of her neck.
先輩と一緒にいるだけで私も胸が高鳴るようになりました。私のことを好きになってほしいと思うようになりました。私、安藤美咲もあなたのことが大好きです。
A gentle breeze stirred the air. It was the winds of change descending upon us. Her skirt gently fluttering with the breeze, Misaki's face bloomed into a beautiful smile.
私が先輩のことを一番好きなんだから、ずっとずっとずっとずーっと私と一緒にいてくれなきゃダメなんだからね。
Fin!
Chrono Clock.
Well, looks like we are back at the telescreen, which looks different now. And what do we have here? Age scenes? Ah, so the sex scenes are just bonus scenes here, which you unlock by finishing a route, I guess. Let's have a look. Of course, I can't show you the whole scene, but I think I can at least show you the beginning part of each scene. You know, the build-up.
Go無沙汰しています。安藤美咲です。ちょっと変かな。お久しぶりです。先日はお世話になりました。こっちの方が礼儀正しくていいわよね。あとは先輩とお付き合いをさせていただいております。うわー、恥ずかしい。でもちゃんとやらないと。前は緊張して話せなかったし、ここで挽回するのよ。頑張れ私。あらあら、楽しそうな放送が聞こえてきますね。
Transmission, she says. Come on, she's not weird enough to hear radio waves in her head. To be fair, she did sound pretty weird to us, since we could hear her from the other side of the wall, but still. On this day, Misaki had plans to come over and hang out. I wonder why she's acting that way. I've been with Misaki ever since summer break started. In all the confusion that had occurred, both her parents and mine ended up learning about it. Which meant there was no turning back now. Not that I had any intention of turning back anyway. So things played out as they would, and now she's come to visit me today. Incidentally, the onus for deciding to come to my house this time around was entirely on Misaki. Michiru and I both had a pretty good idea as to why. I guess she wants to meet our parents.
何も家の前で練習をしなくてもいいと思いませんか?
You know how she is. She probably already did that before she came here, but now that she's actually shown up, she's nervous about it.
ですが兄様、美咲さんの挨拶の相手は不在ですよ。
That's right. Our parents have been out of the house since morning. That's quite an important point for her to overlook. I gotta say, it's kind of adorable.
同意いたしますが、近所におかしな噂が広まりますよ。
I guess we'd better go stop her then. If people started spreading rumors like that about Misaki and she caught wind of them, it wouldn't be good.
し、ご両親への挨拶はこれでいいわね。忘れ物もなし、折り菓子もちゃんと持った。あとはみちるだけど、どう接すればいいのかな。将来は私がみちるの姉になるわけだし。みちるが妹か。みちるからお姉ちゃんって呼ばれるのもいいかも。みちるだと呼び方は姉様になるのかな。呼びましょうか。
Come on, you guys are the same age. You can just stay on first name terms.
先輩までどうしてここに。
Last time I checked, this is my house.
美咲さんも兄様に会いに来たのでしょ。そうじゃなくてタイミングが。美咲さんの声が聞こえてきましたから。ちょっと待って、もしかして最初から聞いてたとか。あれもこれも筒抜けだった。
No use standing around. Come on in.
どうして答えてくれないのよ。
I let Misaki in to calm her down and show her around the place. Though this isn't the first time she's been to my place, so it's not like I need to show her around too much.
いつ来ても綺麗に片付いてる部屋よね。最近は DD さんが掃除をしているんですよ。 DD 先輩が？あんまり想像できないわね。そもそもメイドが家にいる時点で普通じゃないんだけど。特別なメイドですから。うわー普通じゃないと言われたのでご要望に合わせて登場してみました。そんなこと頼んでませんから。というかどこから現れたんですか。禁則事項です。
I haven't even done or said anything yet, but having Misaki around is as fun as ever. You're pretty excitable today, Misaki.
兄様と遊べて嬉しいのでしょう。驚いただけよ。それに遊ぶのはみちるも一緒でしょ。先輩と遊ぶのと同じくらい楽しいわよ。あら、嬉しいことを言ってくれますね。別にみちるを喜ばせるために言ってるわけじゃないわよ。私も楽しいですよ。美咲さんで遊ぶのは。ありがとう。皆さんお茶が入りましたよ。ありがとうございます DD さん。ちょっと待って、今聞き捨てならないことを言わなかった？
Here's yours, Misaki. It's still hot, so be careful.
お茶菓子は美咲さんからのいただき物ですけどね。ありがとうございます。
Misaki smiled and accepted her tea, seemingly forgetting about what was on her mind a second ago as she drank it. Even Michiru couldn't help but smile at the jovial mood Misaki was in.
こういうところも美咲さんの魅力ですね。
You got that right. She'd get mad if she knew what we really meant though. So, what do you guys want to do today?
ご主人様と美咲さんの馴れ初めが知りたいです。そういうのは他人に話すものじゃないでしょ。あら、ですがうちの両親に尋ねられるかもしれませんよ。それはウェディングで話すんですか？それは飛びすぎでしょ。ええ、今日のところは両親へのご挨拶までですね。もっとも不在ということで出花をくじかれてしまいましたが。あんなに練習していたのにアンラッキーでしたね。 DD 先輩まで聞いてたんだ。
I think it'll be more a question of who didn't hear all that. I let that thought go unvoiced and continue to sip on my own tea. It's not that joining in this conversation would be difficult. I'm just suddenly appreciating how swimmingly these three get along. I'm sure I'll get to see a lot more of this in the future. While lost in my own thoughts, the conversation changed direction on a dime.
ちょっと先輩、そんなところで笑ってないでこっち来なさいよ。ちょうどいい人数ですし、麻雀はいかがですか？
Fine by me, but does DD know how to play?
ルールはアニメとゲームで覚えましたよ。
Isn't mahjong in anime portrayed with some measure of dramatic license? I mean, those shows have ESP and stuff in them, and the characters do no shortage of things that count as cheating. Well, as long as she knows the rules. Besides, Michiru still plays by her own rule of it's not cheating if you don't get caught.
DD 先輩が初心者なら手加減してあげないとダメね。
1位の人は負けた人に罰ゲームというのはどうでしょうか。
Let's play strip mahjong.
やっぱり勝負ごとに手抜きはダメよね。
Damn it, you too.
だって仕方ないじゃない。みちるってやけに強いんだから。それに兄ちゃんも麻雀だけは運がいいし。それでいっつも私だけ罰ゲームなのよ。
I see. She still hasn't figured out that they're both cheating. In a way, that just means she's honest.
わお、罰ゲームがある方が楽しそうですね。
と言っていますが、兄様はいかがですか？
As long as the penalty isn't something too crazy.
そうよね。今日は先輩がいるんだから。みちるは変な命令をしないこと。いいわね。
美咲さんの思う変な命令の範囲はどこまででしょうか？
犯罪行為と倫理的にまずいのは禁止よ。沢渡の敷地内は治外法権と聞いたことがありますよ。
Is that so?
誰がそんな噂を流したのよ。禁則事項です。
沢渡の闇ですからね。美咲さんもいずれは
怖いこと言わないでよね。
Hey, seriously, you two, quit teasing her already. Misaki, I won't let them make you do any weird stuff, so rest easy.
先輩だけが頼りね。
兄様から美咲さんへのボディタッチはありにしましょうか。
治外法権ですからね。
Like I said, you can rest easy.
これっぽっちも安心できないわよ。
That was a joke. I wouldn't want to do that with other people watching us. And so we enjoyed a game of mahjong. I'll spare you the details. But to summarize, Misaki had the honor of being dead last. And so another fun moment of summer vacation passed by, almost too quickly to believe. It was the middle of the afternoon when we started playing, but the sun had gone down by now. Even in a relatively safe country like Japan, it's a really bad idea to let a girl walk home by herself in the middle of the night. So, as a result of that, Misaki was preparing to go home early.
お待たせ。外泊の許可は取れたわ。
Oh. Psych! Given how she came last in Mahjong, she got hit with quite a few penalties. That was another one she just finished carrying out. But I guess it's more like these are favors Michiru's asking of her. Man, I'm sorry. I didn't think she'd actually give you a penalty like that. Indeed, it was her decision to make Misaki's last penalty, staying over for the night.
別にいいわよ。こういうのも楽しみだしね。それに念のために下着の買い物持ってきてたし。
You sure came here prepared?
まあね。
It's like she was hoping to be able to stay the night to begin with. Wait, you only brought new underwear? Are you going to borrow Michiru's pajamas? Misaki?
みちるが先輩のを借りろって。
What? I unthinkably pulled a DD at that response. Wait, what do you mean, you have to?
先輩のシャツを借りて同じ部屋で寝ろってみちるが。それも罰ゲームなんだって。
You fucking kidding me? I buried my head in my hands on reflex.
先輩は。いや。
No! How could I possibly refuse that? Like I'd wanna refuse. Hell, I'm ecstatic about it. But you do understand that something crazy could happen, right, Misaki? I was troubled by my sense of shame, but especially my increasing inability to think clearly.
わかってるわよ。わかってるから賛成したんじゃない。
Looking at Misaki's face, I could see her complexion turning a simmering red. What? Does that mean what I think it does? So her coming over here today, her being prepared to sleep over, everything from the very beginning was... Well, Michiru and DD then?
部屋離れには来ないって。今から1時間は2人きりだから。
So that's how it is. It was planned out by the three of them all along. I thought back on all the prior irritation, frustration, and embarrassment she displayed. I'm not someone to cause an uproar about a woman's advances, but it would just be cowardice for me to back out at this point. Not only that, but there's something I've always wanted to ask a girl, and especially to ask Misaki. By the way, is today a safe day?
なんてこと聞くのよ。
Come on, it's important. I don't have any condoms or anything. Wait, didn't you have a condom in your wallet during your date with Makoto? What happened to that one? I looked into her eyes to assure her I wasn't completely joking, and Misaki turned her head to the side, showing just how flushed her cheeks were. All the same, she gently nodded. Misaki. I moved closer to her, yearning to close the distance between us. I placed my hand on her cheek and peered my face down to look into her eyes.
先輩、ふつつか者ですけど、よろしくお願いします。
Likewise. Closing my eyes, I could feel Misaki's breath. Our lips pressed together and we exchanged our warmth. In the back of my mind, I told myself not to rush this through. While kissing Misaki, I gently began to undress her, so as not to frighten her, but then Misaki suddenly pushed me down. Content with Misaki taking the lead, I continued to lie on my back.
すごい。
Okay then, I think it's time to make a cut, so I'll see you in a second. Okay then, now that we finished the first scene, the second scene for Misaki got unlocked, so let's have a look at that one as well. My girlfriend is the cutest in the world. Even just this one day has shown me plenty of reasons why. For example, I got a wake-up call from Misaki this morning. Right before hanging up, she signed off with an "I love you," making me so giddy I rolled around on my bed. And when Misaki and I went out on our date for the day, the way she held my hand while blushing sheepishly was so precious I was beside myself. Even if you gave me an entire day to sing her praises, that wouldn't be enough time to adequately describe how cute she is. However, I believe there is one particular moment when Misaki is at her most beautiful. And that would be when she's playing the violin. Performing like this, she seems as though she has descended from heaven above to engulf her surroundings. As though she were a sublime painting come to life. A seemingly unreachable being whom I cannot help but yearn for. Whose sightly and oral forms I cannot help but be entranced by. The warm timbre of each note Misaki played seemed to be communicating how blessed she truly felt. Just being in her presence as she performed warmed the cockles of my heart. And it validated how much I truly loved her. Bravo! I gave her a round of applause as she finished her piece.
何よ、その感想。
Misaki's look of concentration softened. She no longer felt unreachable. Within an instant, she had returned to being the girl I know and love. From taciturn beauty to girlish adorability. Well, I thought you were great. You're getting better than before.
ミチルとどっちが上だと思う？
Soon enough, I won't be able to tell. Personally, I felt Misaki was better, but I was aware of my own bias in that regard.
それだと、ミチルが本気で練習したらすぐに引き離されちゃうわね。
It'd be weird if she did, though. She hasn't touched her violin since then.
先輩がお願いすれば弾いてくれそうだけどね。
I wouldn't mind hearing her play again, but it's up to her to decide if she wants to.
私も参考になるから聞いてみたいんだけど。でも今日は先輩の演奏を聞かせてもらえるから我慢しようかな。
Huh? I am playing too?
前に約束したでしょ？先輩にバイオリンを教えてあげるって。
I did recall she'd said that before the contest.
ほら、ちょうどバイオリンもあることだし。
It's your personal one, Misaki. You sure you're fine with letting a complete newbie use it?
先輩だからいいの。
That's not the problem here.
ほら、私がいいって言ってるんだから気にしないの。
Alright. I took the violin from Misaki with extreme caution. It was heavier than I expected. This thing could get damaged pretty easily if one were to be careless with it. And more than that, the fact that it was Misaki's beloved instrument was exacerbating my nervousness. Let's see, do I hold it this way? I tried to remember how I'd held it in the past while mimicking Misaki's posture. But judging by the look on her face, I evidently hadn't passed her judgment.
先輩、そのまま構えててね。
Yeah, sure. Misaki stepped behind me. Just as I was wondering what she was going to do, she proceeded to embrace me. Oh! I could feel a soft squishiness against my back. What a delight! Misaki is usually the reserved type, so she wouldn't normally hug me like this. Pull yourself together, man. Misaki, ma'am?
じっとしてて、構え方を見るんだから。
Her voice was serious. Oh, I get it. Her intent hadn't been to hug me after all. Thinking about it, in hindsight, it seemed so obvious.
左手、もう少し前に伸ばしてみて。右手はそのまま。
Right.
手首ひねりすぎ。気持ち戻し気味にね。
Misaki's instructions were serious, so I stuck to them. I tried my best to mentally block out the softness of her chest and the sweet aroma wafting from her as well.
そのままにしてね。次は前から直すわ。
She whispered that right next to my ear. Steady on, steady on. Huh? While trying to clear my head of such thoughts, I felt something soft in my arms. I opened my eyes to the sight of Misaki's face right in front of mine. She had her hand on my cheek as if she wanted to draw me in for a kiss.
顔の角度をもう少しずらして。
Sure.
私じゃなくてバイオリンを見なさい。
Sorry, you had me entranced there.
バカじゃないの？こんな時に何言ってるのよ。
Misaki turned her gaze away and shot me a retort, trying to hide her embarrassment. That was pretty cute too, but if I actually said that, she'd sulk at me again, so I held my tongue.
ちょっと、先輩。
I've turned my head here, isn't that what you asked me to do?
違う。私が真剣に教えてるっていうのに、なんで大きくしてるのよ。
Misaki, who had been snuggled up to me until just now, ended up noticing below my waist. Oh, right. I really did have a boner. Well, you just smell nice, and you're soft too.
意味不明よ。
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a feeling this would happen. I mean, I've been feeling pretty dry lately.
そういう話じゃ。え？そういう話なの？
As embarrassing as it is to admit, yes. She's been practicing her violin all the time lately. I love just being around Misaki, but all the same, it was why I'd been holding back. And jerking off while thinking about the times we'd done it before just seemed pointless. It'll calm down in a little bit, don't worry about it. It really was just pure physiological instinct, so I couldn't just will it away.
気にしないでって、無茶なこと言わないでよ。
Touché! I mean, if I were you and you were me, I'd be worrying about it too.
私はエッチな気分になってない。
It was just an example. As we spoke, I noticed something about Misaki's line of sight. She was stealing very quick glances at my crotch. I wonder if this is similar to what a girl feels like when someone is gawking at her chest.
仕方ないわね。
Huh?
そんな状態じゃ落ち着けないだろうし、 私が小さくしてあげるわ。
Has this girl been reading lewd comics behind my back? Misaki seemed weirdly committed to this. I wouldn't put it past her to read stuff like that in the name of research. Now what? Well, if she's that insistent, I won't stop her. I mean, I'd kinda always fantasized about fucking in a classroom. This is my big chance, so I might as well take it.
ほら、早く椅子に座りなさい。
Are you really going to do this?
こんなことで嘘なんてつかないわよ。
Misaki shut the classroom door, then the windows, and then locked them for good measure. She was making a bit of an unnecessary racket.
先輩はここに座って。目は閉じててね。
Are you into blindfolding or something?
脱ぐところを見られるのが恥ずかしいの。
I see. As you wish, then. So she's more embarrassed by being seen undressing than being seen naked. Maybe that'd turn me on more than seeing her in her birthday suit. Well, maybe not. My train of thought was distracting me from the issue at hand, so I closed my eyes as she requested. There was a sound of fabric rustling.
確か。
As she muttered to herself, I felt my pants being undone and my penis flopping out of them. Her soft hands wrapped around my...
こうっていいのよね。
Well then, I'll see you in a second. And so...
信じられない。
After we'd both settled down, the very first thing out of Misaki's mouth was complaining. I guess I wouldn't have minded so much if it didn't have to do with the sex we just had. On top of that, we were cooling off in front of the window, and she was sat on my lap. We had such a good mood going there.
制服、あれ絶対にシミになるわよ。
Oh ye of little faith, that's what dry cleaning is for. Misaki's uniform lay scattered on the floor. All the stuff we'd done had covered it with blotches of miscellaneous liquids. It was a shambles, however one looked at it. Honestly, I don't think this is my fault.
私のせいだって言うの？
I think half of those stains are your doing.
最初に先輩が浴びせたんだし、濃さは段違いでしょ？
I guess I can't argue with that.
反論するつもりだったの？
Absolutely not. Unconditional surrender. Between her love juices and my semen, of course the latter would be harder to get out. Well, I wouldn't want you to bring it to the cleaners yourself. I'll take care of it.
私が気にしてるのは家に帰るまでのことよ。これじゃモノレールにも乗れないでしょ？
I think you got railed enough already.
あ？
Nothing, sorry. Even I was beside myself a little bit at the fruits of our labor.
まあ、最初から歩いて帰るつもりだったからいいけど。
Because you want to cherish every moment we spend together, right?
だからって先輩のしたことは許してないから。
Then I'll keep apologizing until you do. Accepting all of my regret, I cradled Misaki in my arms.
いや、こら。
I think this might just let her forgive me. So simple and so adorable. Yep, she's the best. Misaki.
何よ。
When I hold you like this, I can sense a nice aroma from you. Misaki tried to jump out of my lap with apparent awkwardness. But I caught her and set her back down.
バカじゃないの。恥ずかしい真似しないでよね。
It's not embarrassing to me.
私が恥ずかしいの。だいたいね、香りって汗臭いでしょ？
I'll just make sure.
確かめなくていいから。
I'm kidding. I relaxed my arms a bit and Misaki let down her guard as well. Even then, I could tell by the look on her face that she hadn't forgiven me yet.
まったく、先輩にはデリカシーってものが足りないのよ。
Haven't I done that every now and then?
ないんじゃなくて足りないの。付き合う前はまだ良かったのに、 恋人になってからはひどいわよ。それが嫌じゃないのも困るけど。
Well, fair enough. Misaki is so cute! I can get a little carried away with my teasing sometimes. But all the same, Misaki was definitely troubled by it. In that case, I guess you'll have to teach me how to conduct myself better.
私しか適任がいないから仕方ないわよね。いいわ。先輩に足りないものは私がしっかり教えてあげる。
Please do! In return, I'd like to do the same for you as well.
エッチなことばっかりはダメよ。
It's not all pervy stuff.
そこは否定しなさいよね。
If I did, wouldn't it just be a pain in the ass?
まあね、エッチじゃなくなったら先輩じゃないし。
You're awfully mean, you know that. Misaki and I both couldn't help but smile in spite of her complaints. I hugged her again. These trivial quarrels between us make me so happy.
ねえ先輩、今度の休み、私の家に遊びに来ない？
Let me guess, your parents aren't going to be home.
そんなわけないでしょ。
I know, I've been prepared to meet with them myself, so I guess it wouldn't hurt to do that.
そう言ってもらえて嬉しいけど、純粋に家に招待したいっていうのもあるのよ。先輩に知ってほしい私のこと、まだまだたくさんあるんだから。
Well, the feeling's mutual. There were still a lot of things we hadn't discussed. We didn't really need to pull all of them into words, but still. There are so many things I want to share with you, Misaki. And with each passing day, they just keep piling up.
私もよ。先輩に伝えたいことがたくさんあるの。言葉にならない気持ちもたくさん。
It was for that reason that Misaki played the violin. But it was not the only way for her to communicate her feelings to me.
その中でも先輩に今伝えたいのは。
Misaki gently brought her face closer to mine. And then her soft lips pressed against me. My heart overflowed with joy.
先輩大好き。
Well, that was Misaki's route. So, about the order in which I'll do the rest of the routes, I think I'll do Makoto's route next. After that, I'll do DD's route, and then Michiru's route. Finishing all those routes will unlock Crow's route, and finishing Crow's route will unlock Mio's route. So, that's the plan for now. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and have a nice day. Bye bye!